Today we'll be looking at the Dermapen versus the Derma-Roller. Watch till the end because I'll be showing you how to use a Dermapen and I'll be using it on my scalp. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I suffer from hair loss, and on this channel we talk about ways to tackle hair loss, combat hair loss and beat hair loss. So if that interests you, make sure to subscribe. For those returning viewers, you know that derma-rollering has been instrumental in helping me combat hair loss and regrow my hair. If it wasn't for the derma-roller, my results wouldn't be as good as they are. The first question that I want to answer for you guys is, how does microneedling work and how does it help hair loss? Microneedling is a process where tiny punctures are made in the scalp, and these wounds help to stimulate blood flow and stimulate collagen production. As the skin heals, it brings much needed blood flow and nutrients to the area of these wounds and helps to stimulate hair growth. There have been many studies on microneedling and its positive effect on hair loss and regrowing hair. The difference of the pen versus derma-roller is that the Dermapen is a machine. We'll be comparing the Dermapen and the derma-roller, which one will come out top, and I'll be recommending my favorite. The machine has powered pulses which push the needles down in a vertical angle versus a more angled angle with a derma-roller. It has longer needles than a derma-roller, and you can program it to put the exact length that you want into the scalp. The derma-roller is a handheld device that you move across your scalp using a mechanical way of doing so, i.e. you do it yourself. The first thing that we're going to talk about now is the pen versus the derma-roller, the benefits of using the pen over the derma-roller. So let's get into it. So number one, less recovery and downtime is needed when using the Dermapen. Having less downtime is obviously a benefit because it means that you can go about your daily business without really caring too much that your scalp is really red and raw. Number two, it is less painful. Yes, I really hate the pain from the derma-roller because it really hurts my scalp. It really makes me feel like, eek, I don't want to be doing this. And it very much deters me from doing it, and I can imagine anyone who is using the derma-roller right now can agree with me. Derma-rollering sucks. It's not fun and it hurts. Whereas the pen, there is obviously pain, but there is less pain. The Dermapen moves the needle up and down, meaning there's less trauma. It enters the scalp in a clean way, minimizing the surface trauma to your scalp. The entry point is clean and penetrates exactly precisely where you are on your scalp. Number three, the Dermapen is easier to control and use. The derma-roller, you need your hands to use it, meaning it's a bit more rough and harder to control versus the pen. Especially on curved surfaces like your scalp, there is no way to know exactly how much pressure you are putting on the derma-roller is the right amount of pressure. I find I use moderate pressure, but it's really hard to determine if the pressure that you're using is the right amount. That's why the pen is a lot more beneficial, because you don't have to worry about the pressure. It means that the treatment for the Dermapen doesn't last as long, and you can precisely measure exactly how much you want the needles to go down and to penetrate. The treatment is a lot more comfortable and is a lot easier to maneuver the hard, trickier places like the navel or the back of your head. Whereas the roller, you can see that you'll just be going all over the place. Number four, the pen penetrates the scalp more effectively. The fact that it goes up and down and it penetrates one side rather than angled when you roll it means that your scalp is less likely to scar. Now, I've done a video on the derma-roller, real needles versus fake needles, and if you're going to use a derma-roller, definitely use real needles. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link the video in the description, so do make sure to check it out if you are interested in using the derma-roller. Additionally, the needles on a Dermapen are a lot more sharper, which is obviously better for your scalp. You don't want to be using blunt needles, and as time goes on, the derma-roller's needles do get blunt. The Dermapen, you need to change the needles after every use, so you can ensure that the needles that you're using on the Dermapen is a lot more effective on your scalp in combating hair loss and stimulating hair growth. Number five, the Dermapen is a lot more targeted. It's hard to know when you're derma-rolling whether you're covering your whole scalp and whether you're doing it effectively. It's very hard to see whether you've covered the whole scalp. Whereas the pen, it does it for you. It controls the needle length, the pressure. This allows for more visible results, more targeted results 100% of the time. Let's talk about the disadvantages of using the pen over the derma-roller. Number one, it can be quite expensive versus the Derma-Roller, whereas the Derma-Roller is a lot more affordable. It's quite cheap versus the Dermapen. However, the Dermapen that I'm using is affordable, is accessible, is a lot easier to use. You don't need to spend thousands of pounds on a Dermapen for it to be effective. But depending on your budget, the Dermapen might be too expensive, so do keep that in mind. Number two, it can take more time than the Derma-Roller. You can cover the scalp a lot more with the Derma-Roller because you can effectively roll across the whole scalp, whereas the pen, you need to go in targeted areas. It's a smaller surface area and you need to go through each bit of the scalp. However, it is difficult to do that with the Derma-Roller, i.e. to roll across your whole scalp, especially if you have hair. If you don't have hair, then it's a lot easier, but if you don't have hair, then I'll be honest with you guys, you're not gonna see results. I feel like the Dermapen overall has a lot more benefits and can be a lot more effective in helping you stick to derma rollering and to microneedling. So TBHP have kindly sent me their Dermapen to test out, and I'll be trying that out for you guys. It came with 2 disposable needles that come in like so. There are 12 needles in here, but you can get up to 42 needles. What's great is that they're already sterilized, so you don't need to keep sterilizing the Dermapen because this is interchangeable. However, if you did want to save a bit of money, you can sterilize these needles in a bowl of rubbing alcohol to sterilize them after each use. But obviously, it's more effective if you change them after each time using them so that the needles stay sharp and they're easier. The pen comes with a USB charger, so you can plug it in and charge it. Red means it still needs charging, blue means it's fully charged. And I found that it didn't take a long time to fully charge this pen. After taking the needles out, I secure it into the pen like so. I just screw it on, and now that's ready to go. So really easy to put together, and it comes with different speeds. So that's the first speed setting, that's 8,000. Second speed setting goes up to 10,000 times. The third setting is 12,000. Fourth is 16,000. The fifth is 18,000. And you can't see because it's so quick, but the needles are going super fast up and down. The needle length can be adjusted using this. So you can see where it says needle out, that's where the needle length is gonna be. So here I'm going to start off with the 0, so that means that there's no needles, which you can see here. And then I can turn all the way around to optimum needle length, which is 1.5. I did a needle on needle length and I looked at a lot of research to see what would be the optimum number to stimulate hair growth, and 1.5 millimeters was the optimum. So that is something to note. Now I'm going to show you guys how I use the Dermapen. So it's important to section the hair, and we're going to use the Dermapen in the parted hair sections, and we're going to keep parting your hair till you get through the whole scalp. I'll be honest, it is a long process, but it is worth it for the results. I'm gonna do 3 as the speed settings, and I can literally just drag it across my scalp. And you can see I'm gonna do it until my scalp is visibly red. So you can see that my scalp now is quite red, and that's how you know you've gone over the area enough times. There might be some drawing of blood, but remember there should be at least only 1 in 10 blood spots in where the area that you want. You don't want to be bleeding, and make sure that you stop if any irritation or any overflow of blood occurs. So now I've done that section, I'm going to section my hair again. Because the needles go up and down, you can drag the pen across your scalp and it will still go up and down because it has this section here, which I'll show you. Because it has ridges at the edge of it, it doesn't lay flat, so it kind of uses that to go along without making the needles bent or basically going in the wrong way. Another technique that you can do, instead of dragging it, you can literally just rest the pen on your scalp and move along once you've left it there for a few seconds, which is a lot easier, especially if your hair gets caught. You probably don't want to get it caught within the needles, and you can just literally just move it along the hairline, parting. And then once I've done that and it's a little bit red, I move on to the next section. Hey guys, so after you have derma-rollered, microneedled your whole scalp, it's good to put a serum or an oil to help stimulate hair growth more. So I've put my own very own hair growth elixir in my hair, and the combination between microneedling and putting oil on your hair is going to be really, really, really good for results, because the punctures in your scalp plus the oil is going to help it absorb more. So mine has a mix of organic cold pressed oils that some ingredients have been proven to stimulate hair growth. Other oils are super important in helping supporting hair health. But I'm launching my hair growth oil very, very soon. So if you are interested, make sure to sign up in the link in the description. So to show you the Derma-Roller, it's the same process, but you manually do it. And again, I think final thoughts from me is that with the Derma-Roller, I think it's a lot harder to understand whether you're putting enough pressure, whether the needle length is correct, whether it's going in enough, whether the angles. So I personally, after having experienced the pen, because I have been a Derma-Roller user, I'm gonna definitely start using the pen a lot more. I think it's way more beneficial, and especially as the PRP treatments that are happening in salons, they use the Dermapen. So for more visible results against hair loss and more easy way, a more effective way of microneedling, I would 100% recommend the Dermapen over the Derma-Roller. However, if you are on a budget and you didn't want to spend so much money all at once on the Dermapen and you wanted to try microneedling, then I would try the handheld device first before going ahead and buying the microneedling pen. The downside is it will take a lot longer than the Derma-Rollering, but because there's less pain, I think it's actually quicker, because I find when I'm Derma-Rollering and I'm going through each section, it takes a bit of time because I literally have to have breaks in between each section. Not even joking. And then at that point, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. For me, the pen allows me to microneedling more effectively and more often, so I'm definitely going to be keeping to that. For anyone interested in the same Dermapen as I am, it's such a cute little pink, it's a really easy handheld device, and it lasts a long time once it's fully charged, which is ideal, especially if you're going through your whole scalp. And I love the metallic color as well, and I love how easy it is to literally just dismantle and take out this needle, and how easy it is to basically pick the needle length. So if you want to cop your own Dermapen, I will link it in the description. But if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!